What's going on, my friends? It is the Beard here with Kaplow Entertainment, and today we are back with Gold Rush the game. That's right. We are trying to impress Mr. Todd Hoffman, and maybe he'll hire us on the claim. No, for real, folks. Today is a little bit different. Now, of course, we're going to cover the gameplay as we like to do, but I wanted to do a little something different. Now, for those of you that don't know, and a lot of my regular subscribers do know because I've had this conversation on live streams, I've talked about it in previous videos, but I am a heavy equipment operator by trade. I am going to give you my review on the gameplay of this game from that standpoint. More specifically to the point as an excavator operator. Now, I know we're all as kids, we all start off in the sandbox and, hey, I like to play with the old excavator and do my thing. We all had a great time with it, right? And that's fantastic. Well, I do get paid to play in the sandbox at my young age, and if you believe that, then that's fantastic. I mean the age part. I am an operator anyways. Okay, carry it on. Let's not date myself too much. So we're going to get this all started up. Let me explain why I'm so far away here. We are in the early stages of this game. I do not have, I don't have any trommels. I don't have any sluicing set up. I am on a small mobile wash plant at the moment. And because of that, I really did not want to travel too far. Oh, did I just not do that one? Because, that would be a thing. Yeah, that's a thing. I'm too busy flapping, and I'm not paying attention to what I'm doing. Now, I have about 7 hours into the game. I have literally about 15 minutes on this virtual excavator, if you will. So I haven't had a chance to really get real soft with the controls, if you catch my meaning. And hold on a second here. I think I need to change. Yes, I do, because we are currently on here. And we will move this. Hey, come on, man. Don't do this to me. Don't even do it. This is a little goofy the way this is done. So what you got to do, in case you're wondering, you got to hold your, I'm using a gamepad because it's as close as I can get to the real thing at the moment. Hold your B button and you can ravel cords and hoses up. So pretty important step, because you got to be able to get to it. There we go. We're all plugged in. This seems to glitch down there for some reason, but it is what it is. I could have maybe moved that a little closer, but it works. Okay, let's fire this bad boy up. Flip of a switch. Let's go ahead and hit the on button here. Right on. Beautiful. Now she's empty. Now what we're looking at here, guys, it shows on the left we have power. Then we have a bucket. And then we have the water sign. That shows we now have water. And then we've got a little bucket on the right. So the one on the right is the hopper. The one on the left is basically when this is going to be full. So important if you're just setting up, guys, and you're at this stage of the game, your mobile wash plant needs one of these, a little pail. It really is pointless without having a bucket. And you need two over here at your magnetic separator. We will get back to that, but let's just get right to this and what this video is all about. I want to review how this thing operates. Now, right off the hop, I got to tell you, the graphics aren't absolutely stunning, but they're immersive. You do feel like you're in an excavator. Now, normally I've got a little hatch up here that I can open, and I do prefer to have it open because then you can look up and see the top of your boom and stick. And that's something else I really should explain. Before we go any further, let me jump out here. Okay. This is your boom. Okay, they call this the big arm, I believe they call it, and they call this the little arm. This is your boom. This is the stick. Boom. Stick. I really feel like they should have gotten that correct, considering that they have entered into a genre where it's a very particular gamer that's going to play this. It's a simulation type game. So, boom and stick, your bucket and your thumb. Now, if you go into your controls and you take a look here, let's see, settings, and we go to controls, we cannot do it here. I would actually have to show you. Oh, no, we can do it from the controller. Here we go. Now, I operate on what they call cat controls. That's the pattern. In the industry, there's cat and there's John Deere. In North America, this is how we refer to it. Okay, and cat is the equivalent to SAE and John Deere is ISO. Okay, ISO, so John Deere, it's the old pattern. It's what the farmers still today use, and there's nothing wrong with it. But there's a few reasons why I don't particularly like it. I had the choice, yes, discard changes. I had the choice of learning both and learning one or the other primarily, and I chose cat. And let me tell you why. Your right stick, now if you're using your gamepad, it will also be your right thumbstick. Your right stick is your boom. Okay, your boom is right to the right of the operator, as you can see. In real life, this is also the case. But the old machines, it was the other way around. It was on the left side, so John Deere controls made sense back then. Okay, so just a brief explanation as to the different control patterns. If you are an operator by trade and you're already stuck on what it is you're going to use, if you already use John Deere, carry on. There's nothing wrong with it. I ain't slamming you. But, you got to kind of get with the times here. And if you're just learning, I strongly suggest you set it to SAE, because if you ever jump on an excavator, the majority of them nowadays are coming right out of the factory with the SAE, the cat control pattern. Okay, so here we go, guys. Now, when you're in here, you've got options. Right now, I can move the excavator if I start it. Okay, I cannot rotate it. So I can set how I want to look here. Now, I want a full field of view, so we're going to go and set it roughly right about there. We click the thumbstick, and now we're good to go here. So we'll go ahead and start her up. And sure, we'll put the lights on, might as well. Now, the handbrake is actually your safety shutoff. So the handbrake is off now, and we're good to go. Okay, so we're going to just dump what I had in there. Although that's Peter, and I probably shouldn't have done that. I'm going to give you just a quick what for here. As I spin, everything is pretty much the same as you would expect, although I would have that window open in front of me. This window in front actually slides up above you in just about 99% of the excavators I've ever been in. Okay, moving the boom, so forth like this. And that is a little too fast. They don't actually move that fast, especially an excavator about this size. This is about a 200 or so, I believe. They would move a little quicker, or a little slower. But, the action's pretty good. You can get a full draw, and you can dig right in and pull back and curl at the same time. Getting a full bucket, bringing it over, and slowly emptying. And this is how you would do it, just like so. Okay, so I have started a hole. We're going to stick to this hole, and we'll just work our way through, give it a good draw, curl your bucket on your uptake, and over she goes. This would almost be a good training platform for somebody who's wanting to learn, at least get the feel for the excavator. Now you'll notice over the top of the wash plant, you see on the right side, it's ticking down. It's about 20% right now. That is your hopper. You don't want to overload your hopper or your dirt's just going to spill out your side. So keep that in mind when you're doing what you're doing. Okay. Now it is a little different, obviously, than the real thing. And, I'm having a little bit of learning curve, I guess you could say, and how the game wants me to control it. But it's pretty close. And I'm able to jump right in here as an operator and dig away. I've watched a couple videos while I was at work today, and some YouTubers, great YouTubers. I like to tip my hat to some of them. Diesel Designs. If you haven't checked out his channel, guys, go check him out. A real funny guy, comedian by trade, great gamer. I've been subscribed to him for a while, and someone that's always on my radar. I like to watch his shows. We seem to have a very similar taste, and we do very similar videos. He's been going a little longer. He's got a lot more subscriber base. So, if you go check him out, don't forget about Old Beard. Come on back now. And now's a good time, guys. If you haven't already, please hit that like button. And, of course, subscribe so we can hang out again. And, all things simulation is kind of my gig. But I also like base building games. I like RPG games. And the odd shooter makes it on my radar, too. And even the odd hack and slash. We've done some videos lately on Shadow of War, which was an awful lot of fun. But my focus really is I've spent a lot of time on Car Mechanic Simulator lately, and so on and so forth. Go check out the channel. You'll see what I'm talking about. All right. So, you know, it handles pretty good. We're going to just bring our hole back towards us. We don't need a full draw now. Now, normally you would tip, but because I'm loading close, I'm not going to curl my bucket the whole way. There we go. And I don't want to dig too close to the plant because I don't know if it's a thing in this game, but you don't want to undermine. You know, you really don't. I'm looking forward to the next stage, I guess, of the game where, you know, you set up a trommel and you get some sluice boxes going and get the big miner moss mats going and, you know, bigger excavator. Maybe get a loader loading, a dozer pushing the material over the edge and actually planning out the hole. The reason I came so far down in here, and that's why I have all these pumps running here, because unfortunately you cannot join the lines. You have to join them via pump, which is just bizarre. But I'm certain they'll fix that. They must be aware of the error of their ways. But the reason I'm so far back here is due to the fact that, come on, let's go. I'm trying to flick it. There we go. I don't think I'll be digging this far away once I get the other sluice going. So I didn't want to take the easy ground when I have a mobile plant. I thought, well, I'll come all the way back in here and I'll work this area now. And that way, when I get the big, you know, the big plant going over there, I can actually, you know, have less travel time between where I'm digging and where I'm processing the material. Okay, so we're getting close. We're now at 74%. That'll go up a little more because that hopper's still, well, it was at about 40. Oh, that's not a full bucket. That's terrible. That's terrible. Maybe it was? No, it wasn't. All right. Pretty good. I must say, you know, it does, it's intuitive. The controls are pretty close. It's a little bit too bouncy, a little bit too quick reacting. A machine this size typically doesn't move this fast. This is more like running a mini excavator. One thing I would like to say is if you've never ran an excavator before, your controls are the same, regardless of the machine you're operating. You're either on cat or you're on deer. Sometimes the setup's a little different. Sometimes you have a pedestal instead of the joystick style controls, so meaning they'll be out in front of you. Like I have a mini excavator. My controls are actually where the hand grips for the track controls are in this machine. So that you know, it's a little strange, but that all comes down to the manufacturer. So here we go, and this should about do it. That's gonna fill it up now. So we'll put the machine back into the neutral position. That's just like so. Now, it really shouldn't dig there. That's a little disappointing. We'll go ahead and shut that off. We'll drop our safety, which they call the handbrake here. Left click so we can look around. Everything looks good. Machine's in the neutral. Boom's at the rest. Out we get. This is called the neutral position. This is also where you would grease your machine. Every one of these knuckles has a grease point. Here's a grease point. And on bigger machines, there's one on either side. Smaller machines, you'd have one person on one side, not the other. Or they might even be in the middle, because this knuckle right here, right, there's a bushing in here, and there's a pin that runs through it. This needs grease, otherwise it's steel on steel. But we're not here for a heavy equipment lesson. Let's go ahead and... Has it processed fully? It has. We'll shut her down, and we'll take this, and we'll run this over here. Am I going to have to backtrack and pull it all together? No, she seems okay. Let's plug that in. Good, good, good. She's got power. She's running. Now she is. Okay, let's go and pick up this bucket. I'm kind of excited to see what I get here. All right, so that's filling her right up, and it's going into the left bucket. The left bucket. Fantastic. All right. So let's take a look. Let's take a look. How did that come out? How did that come out? All right. Well, you know what? You can't really see in here, But that's okay. That's okay. We're going to set this down. I'm not here today, guys, to show you my cleanup or where we're at or anything like that. I am literally here just to show you my opinion on the machines from an operator standpoint. And I'm going to tell you, if you've never, ever ran an excavator, this is a good place to start, my friends. Definitely give it a try. It's on sale right now, the game Gold Rush, the game on Steam, 10% off. I'd highly recommend checking it out if you haven't. I'm a big supporter of the game. I think, I say a big supporter. I've paid for the game. But look at that. I've actually gotten stuck. I'm stuck. And what I will say to you, my friends, is the game is in an early access state, and it really is an early access state. There's little glitches that happen here and there, so please just be aware and continue cautiously. Although there's already been an update, and I hope that there will be more, and I hope they will fix the little issues. All in all, very enjoyable game. All right, guys, from an operator standpoint, I'm giving it the thumbs up. I've been the Beer with Kaplow Entertainment. This has been Gold Rush. Thank you for joining me. Make sure to hit that like button. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think of the game. And of course, if you haven't by now, please hit that subscribe button. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. All right.